In today's video, guys, I'm doing something that I don't normally do on the Starr Personal Finance channel. I normally do not circle the block back on a video that I've already done or a topic that I've already talked about, unless I still keep seeing it come up as something that is a problem, especially when I see it with my clients and stuff like that, where people are trying to get their credit on track. And that is buy now, pay later. I talked about this back in January. If y'all hadn't checked that video out, I'm going to link it up here somewhere above. But y'all need to check that video out. It's about 20 minutes long because I go in full detail. But I see that it is an issue when people are trying to buy a home. And I talked about it a little bit in that video, but it's worth revisiting. And I was able to find some TikTok videos with people that actually work in underwriting for mortgages and stuff like that. And so I'm going to link that part also in this video so that y'all can check that out, especially if you are trying to buy a home here before 2024 is out or going into 2025. If you have Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, and you have those showing up on your as installment loans on your credit report, or even if you have them coming out as small payments on your bank statements, these things can keep you from getting a home. I talked about in that video about there being good credit and there's also being bad credit types of things that we get out here in the form of loans. So when you're trying to buy a home, these buy now, pay later apps is not your friend, okay? Because this is going to count into your debt to income ratio. But instead of you hearing it from me, let's check out these TikTok videos and make sure if you have not already looked at the video that I did on this subject, go back and check it out. Like I said, I'm going to link it in the cards. I'm going to see you guys after this is over.
Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. I am over the buy now, pay later trend. And here's why you should be too. All of these buy now, pay later apps, they have you convinced that you're not affecting your debt to income ratio or that you're not running up credit and it's not going to affect your credit score. That, my friends, is an illusion. Now, I get it. Like, you get drawn in by these small payments that you can spread out over time. But before you know it, you've got 5 or 6 different small payments and you don't know when they're due, exactly how much you owe. All of these small payments, they are going to add up. They're going to affect your ability to pay all of your bills on. And I've got news for you, my friend. When you go to buy a house, you have to show the underwriters your bank statement. And when they see all the Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay transactions on your bank statement, that is going to send up a red flag. See, we don't just look at what you owe credit cards or what you owe in student loans or what you just owe in car payments. Look at your overall financial health. Buy now, pay later apps, they end up affecting your ability to pay all of your bills. So do yourself a favor, pay them off and shut them off. Don't use them, especially if you're looking to buy a house in 2024. Let's make 2024 the year about building wealth and getting healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm Lisa. I answer your questions to make sure that you feel empowered and educated in the home buying process.
Do you use buy now, pay later? If you do, listen up. I'm a mortgage underwriter for the past 10 years, and I wanted to let you know that if you are going into the home loan process, please minimize the use of these buy now, pay later plans or stop completely. I had a borrower who had 44 payments from different buy now, pay later companies coming out in a 30-day period. Now, in certain loans, like the loan I'm talking about, such as FHA, if all those combined payments make up over 5% of your gross monthly income, we have to take the sum of all those payments, the total, and use that as a monthly payment. Once we added that monthly payment, the borrower had such a high debt ratio that they did not qualify anymore. So what the borrower had to do was go back, pay every single one of the buy now, pay later loans and provide proof that this had cleared their account, as well as get a statement or a screenshot for each one of these platforms. So my advice to you is please minimize the use of this when you're entering the home loan process, or stop completely so that you don't have to go through all of that. And you will have a much smoother home loan transaction. Follow for more.
Man, let me tell y'all, the way these buy now, pay later, 4 payments, no credit check, like Afterpay and Klarna and all that, it's killing these loans. It's ruining them. So in case you don't know what Afterpay is, it's just a way for somebody to get something on credit. It's almost like layaway, but you get the item up front. So there's no credit check. You get your stuff, you check out your cart, you get your 4, 5, 6 payments, whatever your term is, 11 months, whatever it is, and you go on your way and you get your item. And some of these items include, but not limited to, and I'm just gonna give y'all the really important ones. Hair weaves, bottle service is also available now. Luxury bags, things of that nature. So let's talk a little bit about what an installment debt is. An installment debt is a debt that has an end date, like a car payment. You make 60 payments, it's yours. A house payment, you make 30 years of payments, it belongs to you. So the same thing with this. So it has no interest, so that's what makes it so appealing. You make your 4 payments, your 6 payments, and then it's yours, right? So what happens is whenever we ask for 60 days of bank statements, the underwriter's looking for a couple of things. One, they're looking for recurring debts, and they're also looking for large deposits. So when the underwriter gets your, for this example, say your October statement and your November statement, and they're looking at it side by side, they are looking for patterns. They're looking for recurring debts that may not show up on your credit report. With an installment debt, if you have 10 payments or less, we don't have to count that against you in your debt to income ratio. So what happens is, because the underwriter has no idea and they seeing this, they got questions, they need answers. And so they're coming back to you and they're like, hey, you got this $200 coming out that's going to whatever, fill in the blank. Can you explain it? What is it? And you come back, you say, oh yeah, it's 6 payments from the time that I went to the club with my homegirl. And then they're like, well, okay, well, we need to count this against you. No. I'm be done with them payments in 2 months. Oh, okay, excellent. Can you prove that? And then it becomes this whole big thing, and it's a mess. Like, these websites, they're not set up with the necessary, well, I ain't gonna say the necessary stuff, but they're not set up in the way that most contractual obligations are set up. You click the button and you send them the payment. So just be careful. So if you're going to buy a house and you normally use Afterpay services and things like that, please try and pay those things off if you can, just to avoid the headache.
Buy now, pay later apps are actually destroying your credit. As an ex-banker, let me tell you how. Whenever you submit for a buy now, pay later loan, your credit is being pulled every single time. Having too many hard inquiries on your credit in a short period of time not only decreases your credit score and racks up how many hard inquiries you have, it also, if you go to buy a car or a house or something you're actually needing, they're gonna look at how many hard inquiries you have, and that shows the lender that you're a higher risk and they're less likely to lend you money. Hard inquiries stay on your credit report for 2 years. So every time that you're doing one of those Klarna, Sezzle, buy now, pay later, you're dinging your credit, and those will be on there for 2 years. Also leads me to say, if you can't afford it up front, you don't need it. Like, that's a hard thing to, come to terms with, but I promise you it will change your life if you change your mind, your perspective.
So after looking at all those TikTok videos that I put together, hopefully you know now, if you are trying to buy a home, or that is your goal to buy a home by the end of the year or by next year or even in 2026, that you start paying those Afterpay, Klarna, all those different ones, pay those installment loans off, and also get all those whatever it is off your bank statement, so that you are favorable to the lender when it's time for you to go get your home. Don't let these little things like this keep you from getting your home. All right, so I'm glad you checked out this video. Please leave me a comment with all your questions or anything like that. I love to hear from you, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.